electromagnetic IC here, and I'm done with this circuit which I said I'm gonna build on my earlier video, and let's attach it and see if it works. So this is my amplifier hooked up. Okay, and at the back of the camera there's, okay, wait, so it's hooked up to this speaker. There's my mic. I'm gonna blow into it, and it surely works. Yeah, so this amplifier is not so good because it's based on just 2 transistors and a resistor. I'm gonna show you how to make it on the next video, actually in some video. So it works. So this circuit works, and that's good because in here we have really less circuits working. So the circuit works. That's good. You have a good solder connection. You have every connections as good as it can get. So another thing about soldering is you must keep the tip cleaned, okay, shiny. Tune it again, and keeping your tip clean is a really good practice, and is good for your solder too. As now you can keep your tips clean by making this chemical, actually composition, by mixing soldering paste, this, and some rosin like this, or that's a used one and it's dirty too. Fresher one looks like this, comes in a packet, or you can buy from any hardware store. You should get it. Just you need to have rosin, and then heat the rosin up and then add the soldering paste, and you're done. You made this. Now adding less what's it called, rosin, and I would say, wait, oh sorry, adding like 70% of the soldering paste and adding 30% of this rosin can give you this good result. Okay, now if you do it like 50-50, then you're gonna end up with this, something really thick and a bit type rubbery. So if you end up something with like this, then you can use it as a soldering paste. I mean, how can I call it, like it's easy to solder without rosin stone itself. Okay, now if you made this, you have to just take your solder, see how, I don't know if you can, nope, you can't. So from my point of view, it's really oxidized. It's actually really oxidized metal, you know, like grayish type metal, that. So what you do is just, it should be hot and it should be on. Okay, so you dip it in it like this, and you end up with something really shiny. Now it does get rid of almost every oxidization, but yeah, tin it again. But as alternate, you can use soldering paste as well, just like, and you're done. Almost gives the same result, but using this method I showed you, like this one, you can even get a better result in soldering. And the other way, I think the best way, is to have a damp sponge like this or this. Now damp sponge is really good to keep away, clean your tip. Look how shiny is that. Just clean it like this and you will immediately see the difference. Now, one disadvantage of using damp sponge is heat loss. Make sure your sponge is not dripping wet, because that might result in a really big loss of heat. And losing heat is really self-explanatory how it loses it. So what happens is, the water is cold, yeah, sure, but if you use hot water, then I guess heat loss would be less. But as now we are using cold water, so heat loss is too much. So that's one way of saving your soldering iron, and taught you how to solder. And what else? I showed you, I made a circuit. And what else? Oh yeah, now solder itself are a different kind. I think I talk about that, like tin, like 60-40 lead-free tin-based solder. I forgot. Okay, so tin-based lead-free solders are really hard to handle, but they are safe because there is no lead. Lead is basically a bit poisonous, and lead-free solder is really, lead-free solder is safe but hard to handle. It needs a lot of heat to melt, and there are different variations too. Like lead-free solder comes like acid core. Acid core is not what you want in circuit making. Okay, sorry. Now in soldering, you want to use a rosin core or a flux core solder, which is this, and this is great for soldering circuits like this because it doesn't corrode. It saves your circuit. It makes the solder really effective. Okay, whatever. So acid core solder is basically for plumbing, actually, like joining copper wires, copper pipes, and I guess aluminum, I don't know. So if you use what's that called again? Acid core. Yeah, acid core solder, then your circuits might be really in a bad shape. Your circuits might be in a really bad shape because acid is corrosive, and acid core solder is not what you want in making circuits, because it will corrode away the connections and actually rust. And another one is water soluble flux core solder, which requires additional cleaning afterwards, and it's really easy. and 60-40, I mean leaded solder, which is 60-40, 50-50 or something like that, is really easy to handle because it melts really quick. Most soldering, I mean actually all soldering iron, have the ability to melt 60-40 solder. You might be wondering, what is 60-40? It means that there is 40% tin or 40% tin and 60% lead, or maybe the other way around. I'm not sure, but 60-40 explains the composition of two metals in this order, which in this case is lead and tin, and sometimes silver. That's it for today. I'm gonna talk to you on my next video. Till then, subscribe, comment. That's it.